NAFDAC seals 18 warehouses over expired products in Niger State. Good afternoon and welcome to the news at 3. I am Catherine Ago. Rstv State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take it to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Now details of the news. Rstv State Governor Sasiminala Ifubara has expressed profound grief following the sudden death of Senator Barina Dampigi, who represented the Rivers East Senatorial District. The veteran lawmaker and chairman of the Senate Committee on Works died at the age of 64. In a statement released and signed by the Chief Press Secretary, Onka Zeshi, the governor characterized the late senator as a close brother and vital political figure in the state. The governor noted that the loss occurred at a time when the senator's leadership was most essential to his constituents and the broader state population. Governor Fubara offered condolences to the bereaved family, the people of the Southeast District, and the Nigerian Senate. He encouraged those affected to find comfort in the senator's history of public service and his contribution to the public development of Rstv State. What had been the pause of the Rivers public after the announcement of Governor Sasiminala Ifubara as the Man of the Year for the Telegraph newspaper, former National Assembly member Honorable Obunna Nwoke and elder statesman Chief Davis Ikanya are about the first people to praise the governor's transformative leadership that had earned him the prestigious award. Uboka Omeda spoke with both Rivers personalities shortly after appearing on the flagship interactive program on the Rivers State Television, Stewardship. His reports.
Honorable Obunna Nwoke, who represented the people of Iche or Muma Federal Constituency at the National Assembly, described the award as well-deserved as Governor Fubara has transformed Rstv State infrastructurally within 2 years.
It's not the award that is the issue, it's the performance. And the performance in a time of great strife, when crisis has been everywhere, when it's difficult to focus, when you are easily distracted. But this man has remained focused. And I think that's the difference. The good thing will be, as we sit down growing up as we have grown, to say, those tall buildings at the Secretariat, they were built by Alfred Spiff. It gives us time to reflect. Oh, those beautiful schools that had computers were built by Rotimi Amechi. Oh, those flyovers, 13 of them were built by Inson Wike. And then look where Fubara is coming from too. It's something that we should share as Rivers people.
In the same vein, former state chairman of the APC, Chief Davis Ikanya, said the award is a reflection of Governor Fubara's performance in the healthcare, infrastructure, education sectors, as well as the civil service.
The governor himself has been a lovable person. He has endeared himself to the people, and he's humble, and he's a professional, he's an administrator, so he understands the nitty-gritty of the people. So the people love him naturally, and that's why I'm talking the way I'm talking. So we are backing him, we are supporting him.
On the governor's dedication of the award to the FCT minister, Nyesom Ezengo-Wike, using the phrase, "He discovered him," the duo said it is an affirmation of loyalty and gratitude, advising Governor Fubara to keep the momentum. They expressed confidence that the differences with his predecessor will be resolved amicably.
That award is well deserved. He is the best in infrastructure as far as I'm concerned. So it's very well deserved. And I congratulate him for this award. Congratulate him also for his humility. Congratulate him also for his peaceful demeanor. And I wish him well.
He's the governor, one award which says he has had his eyes focused on the ball, and one award that has also shown how reflective and how deeply this governor thinks. You got an award and you dedicated it to someone, and you said to the world, this man discovered me. It shows humility, it shows direction, it shows upbringing, and it has gotten people, Nigerians, thinking again about who the man, His Excellency Sasiminala Ifubara, really is. I think it's a good narrative, for all Nigerians, and for me as a Rivers person. I'm happy to be alive to see something like this happen.
Ogboka Umeda, Rstv News.
The by-election for the Ahoda East and Kana State House of Assembly constituencies in Rivers State is scheduled to hold on Saturday, February 21, 2026. In preparation for the election and in order to ensure a peaceful, free, and fair and credible election exercise, the police have said there will be restriction of movement within and environs of Ahoda East and Kano local government areas. A statement issued by Rivers Command Police Public Relations Officer CSP Grace Ibinge Koko said restriction of movement will take effect from 12 midnight to 6 p.m. on Saturday. The statement said during this period, there will be massive deployment of security personnel across the two local government areas with the intention to forestall any breakdown of law and order and to ensure the protection of lives and properties before, during, and after the election. It advised members of the public to comply strictly with the restriction of movement order, avoid loitering and gathering unnecessarily, avoid around the polling units, and report any suspicious movement and activities detrimental to the electoral process. The Commissioner of Police CSCP Olubenga Adepoju advises all political parties, candidates and their supporters to shun violence and adhere strictly to the provisions of the Electoral Act and other relevant laws guiding the conduct of elections, warning that any individual or group found violating the restriction order or engaging in any act capable of disrupting the peace will be arrested and prosecuted accordingly. He said the police and other security agencies remain committed to providing a safe and secure environment for all law-abiding citizens to exercise their civic rights without fear or intimidation. The National Public Relations Officer of Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners of Nigeria, Petron, and a lecturer in the Department of Marketing at Ignatius Ajuri University of Education, Dr. Joseph Obele, has congratulated the newly elected Dean of the Faculty of Administration and Management Sciences, Professor Jude Nwoka. Professor Jude Nwoka, a scholar in human resource management at Ignatius Ajuri University of Education, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, emerged victorious in the faculty election with 115 votes, defeating other contestants by a wide margin. Dr. Joseph Obele advised the new dean to prioritize regular power supply at the faculty block to ensure smooth and uninterrupted academic activities among other internal developmental activities. Rivers State is the treasure base of the nation. Notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Still to come after the break. Russian President Putin welcomes Madagascar President, pledges expanded cooperation. And in sports, 19 soccer fans jailed for AFCON final chaos in Morocco. These and more after the break. Stay tuned.
Rstv, your source for authentic coverage. View us on YouTube Rstv Online, Facebook, and GoTV at channel 142.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, channel 22 Port Harcourt.
You're welcome back. Federal government has planned to establish Armed Forces College of Medicine and Health Sciences in a bold move aimed at strengthening military medicine, medical readiness, and expanding Nigeria's overall healthcare training capacity. The strategic initiative was firmed up at a meeting convened by the Minister of Education, Maruf Tunji Alausa, and Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Said Ahmed, alongside Minister of Defense, Christopher Gwambe Musa, the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Mohammed Matawali, and other top stakeholders across the defense, health, and education sectors. The proposed college is designed to create a structure and sustainable pipeline to combat casualty-trained doctors, trauma surgeons, emergency response medics, military public health experts, disaster and humanitarian response professionals, and other allied health specialists for all armed forces. The Minister of Education, Maruf Tunji Alausa, disclosed that with a population exceeding 240 million, only 189 medical doctors currently serve within the defense forces. adding that the country faces an estimated shortfall of about 330,000 doctors. He stressed that the scale of the challenging demands innovative and scalable training models, and that as part of broader reforms, the Federal Ministry of Education has already doubled annual medical schools admission from about 5,000 to nearly 10,000, with projections to scale up to approximately 19,000 annually in the coming years. The Armed Forces College, he said, will serve as a critical pillar of this expansion drive. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, said it has sealed 18 warehouses in Bida following the discovery of large quantities of expired food and beverage products. A statement by the agency's resident media consultant, Olusayo Akintola, said the warehouses were located around Ndazabo White House along Mina Road, behind Bida Modern Market in Niger State. Akintola said the warehouses were shut after NAFDAC's investigation and enforcement team acted on credible intelligence, adding that the items recovered during the raid included expired non-alcoholic beverages, dairy milk, candies, bottled water and pasta valued at 100 million naira. According to Akintola, additional expired products and counterfeit goil oil were allegedly found, and that the supermarkets involved in the sales were equally sealed. He, however, stated that NAFDAC investigation was still ongoing and that appropriate regulatory sanctions would be imposed at the conclusion of the exercise to serve as deterrent to others. Russian President Vladimir Putin has welcomed Madagascar President Michael Randrianirina to the Kremlin, pledging the deepening bilateral ties across multiple sectors and collaborate on international platforms. In his welcoming remarks, Putin highlighted many interesting directed interactions between the two nations, citing agriculture, geological exploration, energy medicine, healthcare and education as key areas of cooperation. He noted that Madagascan youths are already training in Russia higher education institutions, with many obtaining qualifications, signaling Moscow's interest in strengthening diplomatic coordination with the African island nation. Putin added that Russia is ready to develop these relations in the humanitarian sphere, as well as to work with international platforms, including the United Nations Organization. And in sports, a Moroccan court have sentenced 19 soccer fans to 1 year in prison for hooliganism following a chaotic Africa Cup of Nations final that saw supporters attempt to storm the field. The ruling involved 18 Senegalese nationals and 1 French citizen convicted of charges including damages sporting facilities and violence. Reports say 11 received 1 year sentence with $550 fine. 4 got 6 months with $280 fine, and 4 were sentenced to 3 months with $130 fine, and that 1 defendant fainted upon hearing the verdict, while others refused to leave the defendant's bench, but lawyers plan to appeal, calling the sentences severe. The defendants were arrested last month after protesting a late penalty awarded to host Morocco during the final, which Senegal won 1-0.